الصلاة والسلام على رسوله الأمين وعلى آله وأصحابه الفائزين برضا الله ما بعد. بسم الله. والعصر إن الإنسان لفي خسر إلا الذين آمنوا وعملوا الصالحات وتواصوا بالحق وتواصوا بالصبر. رب اشرح لي صدري ويسر لي أمري واحلل عقدة من لساني يفقهوا قولي. I started off, just for the intro, I started off with the Surah Asr because we know how much that the Surah Asr speaks about time and how time can make a person go astray. So Allah says that people, after saying by time, Allah says people are at the worst of times and people are going worse because of the usage of time in the bad way. And this topic today that is conducted under MMAC care, speaks to us about it, about how much we need to use our time. So today we use social media for everything, for communication, for conferences, for programs, for parties, for even for family gatherings, for transactions, for marketing, for everything we use social media, and social media has become a complete part of our life. And how much of it, how much of our time is being taken by social media. So this class, maybe it can help us, help our people to understand how much it influences us and how much we can use it. How can we use the social media for our good? So I invite Afil Ansari to speak, to give a welcome speech about for the topic. Thank you.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Good morning, everyone. Welcome to this session. We will be discussing about how the social media is influencing us. We are conducting this session under the New Horizon Senior Program grant, which is provided by the Government of Canada. We were able to conduct like 10 plus beneficial events for the community. I would like to say thank you to the Government of Canada for providing us this opportunity and funding to hold the session for the community. We, MMAC, stands for Malayali Muslim Association of Canada. Our goal is to cater to the needs of Malayali Muslims in Canada. We hope to bring the community together through the seasonal events, social service initiatives, and educational awareness programs. Today, this event will be more focused on understanding how the social media has influenced in our daily life. I would like to welcome our guest, Sheik Alaa, who is the Director of the Religious Affairs for the ISNA Canada. I'll just give you a short intro about the Sheik. Sheik was born in Cairo and lived in Egypt until he was 15 years old. During his youth, he spent his time as a goalie for the junior national team and moved to Toronto, Canada in the late 1970s. Sheik worked as a vice president of business development for an international company. And during this time, he competed and placed first in the 1992 Bermuda Triathlon. Sheik has studied for his bachelor's in Sharia from the American International University and has earned a scholarship from Sharia Academy in Egypt, Florida. Sheik currently lives in GTA, which is the Greater Toronto area, with his wife and the 3 children. He is a member of the Canadian Council of Imams, as well as a member of the Horizon Interfaith Communication Media Council. Prior to this, he was an imam for the Muslim Council of Calgary and acted as its media spokesperson. He has hosted a Vision of Islam, a weekly television show which runs throughout the Alberta, Canada. He has also appeared as a speaker on Islam on various television channels. Sheik Alaa was a member of the Calgary Multi-Faith Committee and a member of the Muslim Christian Dialogue Committee. Currently, the Sheik Alaa is the Director of the Religious Affairs for the Islamic Centre of Canada, which is known as ISNA. Prior to that, he was the Executive Director for the Canadian Islamic Congress. Welcome, Sheik, and thank you for joining with us.
A pleasure and honor. Thank you so much for having me, and I do appreciate it. I appreciate your patience and understanding, and I owe you a few more minutes on the end with some fries on it plus GST for the government of Canada.
Inshallah.
Okay. Thank you very much, Afil Ansari. Now, further ahead, I'm not waiting anymore, and we don't have much time. So I invite Sheik Alaa for his valuable words on the topic. Jazakallah khair.
My pleasure and honor. Bismillah, alhamdulillah, wassalatu wassalamu ala rasulullah. The topic obviously is social media. So let's take it off the bat. Is it haram or halal? That's the most important part. And then we'll go under the list of the pros and cons, and hopefully we can have something as a takeaway and implement, so knowledge becomes a plea for us, not against us. So it's not just lip service, it's also knowledge and action that wins their faith. So the new idea behind it is scholars say, if it's haram, you have to come up with proof. So I may ask you for the first one. I know that you just want to listen, but for now it's interactive, so I'm going to pose this out there. Let's see who has the right answer. What do you brothers and sisters think? Is social media halal or haram? Go ahead. And I don't have any candy for you to eat a bunch of cuts. I can't give it to you. I tried to sell some oranges earlier, but it didn't work.
Kindly declined, eh?
What do you guys think? Haram or halal? Let me hear you.
From my side,
Mm-hmm.
I think it depends on the way you use it, right?
MashaAllah, you're not just good looking, you're smart too, Yani.
Thanks.
Okay, I think that is exactly the right answer. It depends is the right answer. What is depends? So the scholar says, haramun lighayrihi laysa lidhatih. So if you say it's haram, and we don't have proof of that, so we say haramun lighayrihi laysa lidhatih. It's not in itself haram. It's not in itself unlawful or not permissible. It is depending on the way you use it, but it's haram because of other reasons. For example, if you say the pot, if you cook in, is it haram or halal? Well, it depends. If you put pork in there, it's not permissible. If you put biryani, please share with me. I'm just saying, especially nahari on top of it, yani Allahu Akbar. And I hear yani the malayal is even better yet.
100%. You should try ours. It's really good.
Sure, I'll wait, man. I'm down. And the same thing with the TV. Same thing with the computer. If you go on proper websites and you learn about anything that is beneficial, not necessarily Islamic teaching or whatever it is permissible. Actually, you get rewarded for it. But if you go on other websites, if you know what I mean, or you people don't know what I mean because you're so righteous, mashallah, the noor is coming. I need to get some sunglasses or something.
Morning sun,
I have no idea what you're talking about, Sheikh. Then obviously it becomes haram. Same thing. The one that I'm using right now is my phone, and exactly what you use it. Do you send out different messages? Do you send out people to invite them to what's doing good, the enjoying good, forbid evil? It totally depends. So the first lesson learned in this session is the homework. From now on, my brothers and sisters, I want you to think that your eyes are camera lenses. Your ears and your mouth are your MP3. Your mind is your modem. Your heart is your hard drive. Whatever you see, whatever you say, whatever you hear is downloaded, and it will be uploaded on Judgment Day, where everybody else will say. You cannot hide this video. You cannot hide behind anything. Delete it. It's controlled. It doesn't work. It's a protected cell. And those angels are writing it every second. And you get it on a 99 file on Judgment Day, where it's 50,000 years, where everyone else will see. So I want you to think about it. When you're all alone, you act like Abu Bakr or Abu Jahl. And that's exactly the mission stick I want to keep with you. So let your secret life be better than your public life. And this is the key for the month that's coming up, the month of Ramadan. It's all about taqwa. And the only time you'll know whether you have it or not is actually when you're all alone. So the first lesson learned is I want you to think that the eyes, again, camera lenses, MP3, mind is your modem, your heart is hard drive. Another second lesson I'm going to tell you, I want you to have a GoPro on your forehead. I'm scaring you off a little bit, I can see that, but hopefully it will work. I'd rather you be scared to stay away, not to despair the mercy of Allah, but to stay away from that which will save you on Judgment Day. Because Allah will not combine two fears. If you fear Him here in a proper manner, because you love Him, you will not fear Him in the hereafter. And I would much rather be conscious of that in this life before it's too late. Now, the GoPro goes on your forehead. It's recording the same idea exactly. But this time, I want you to download this file, give it to me. I'm going to share it on this program like everybody else is watching. And I want you to say, now, will you be proud of that video or not? It's a lot loaded, but it is something to keep you in the straight and narrow. So think about it. I want you to think that you have a UPC. Everyone has a code now. Everybody has a number. the number you're using, it will be called up. Whether you like it or not, it's going to be recorded. So first of all, don't let Allah, لا تجعل الله أهون الناظرين عليكم. Don't let Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala be the least of your worries and concerns of those who see you. Everybody thinks that you're Abu Bakr in the masjid, mashallah, radiallahu an, and when you're all alone again, you're Abu Jahl, waliyadu billah. Number one, understanding that concept, let's find out now to the end and come back to the beginning. Why? Because it's extremely important to understand why you do things. I'm not going to tell you don't do this and do that, but you have to understand why you're doing it and the consequences of everything that you do. So think about this, life is like a mall. Everything you can go ahead in the shopping mall, nobody will tell you can't come into this shop, you cannot go into this, whatever. You can pick up some products, merchandise, put on your basket, whatever it is. Anything you want, you can have. But on the way out, what do you have to do, brothers and sisters? You have to pay. And that's the concept of this life. It's a shopping mall. Whatever it is you want, no one will tell you. Nobody's holding you back. You can go ahead. It's a free country. But on the way out, you have to pay. And when? On Judgment Day. And that day when Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says, وَإِن مِّنكُمْ إِلَّا وَارِدُهَا كَانَ عَلَى رَبِّكَ حَتْمًا مَقْضِيًّا ثُمَّ نُنَجِّي الَّذِينَ اتَّقَوْا وَنَذَرُ الظَّالِمِينَ فِيهَا جِثِيًّا. Everybody will pass over the hellfire. Everybody, no exception. Who will actually pass? The one that would have taqwa. And that's what it's all about. When it comes to social media, exactly, you have to have taqwa because you're talking to a screen. There's nobody there. It's just you, yourself, and your ego, whims and their desires. And now, on Judgment Day, those who have taqwa will be saved. Otherwise, may Allah protect us all, will dip therein. Now, why is that important? Because this is what it's all about. Indeed, social media became the lingo for now, especially when we have the pandemic. For 2 years, I haven't been traveling much. Usually go on a conference here, do a fundraiser here, teach a course there. There's so many things that I've been doing, traveling, and all of a sudden, everything is online. Even marriages that we used to perform online. So on top of everything, on top of the social media that we got used to, the pandemic has actually forced it upon us even more. So what is the pros and cons? Does it have a good thing? Of course it does. Does it have also a bad thing? Yes. So let me give you another measuring stick to understand how good or bad it is. I talk to the youth, especially in universities, especially about the social media, especially about the negative effect or the positive effect, how we can use it. So imagine yourself playing a game on social media all the time. You're playing the basketball, you're playing soccer, you're playing cricket, anything, football, hockey, you name it. On social media, on the game, on your online, you're the star, right? You are it, man. You got the level 4,000, whatever. You're the man, right? Everybody's trying to beat you, and no, that's it. But when they put you on a real basketball court in front of the real audience, what are you going to do when they come for you? Bad boys, bad boy. You guys don't watch movie, mashallah, tabarakallah. I'm so impressed. I'm saying you don't know what I'm talking about right there. Cops, no? Yes, just me? Okay, alhamdulillah, very good. What am I saying this for? Exactly the same purpose when you're watching all these bad things on social media. When you get married, you're it. And you have absolutely no idea what it's like for live, not in front of an audience. All of a sudden, you're panicking. So it has a very negative effect. So the number one, the research shows it has something to do with depression. Because once you're facing with reality, you cannot deal with issues. You're only dealing with a screen, either whether it's your TV, whether your laptop, whether your phone. You feel secure. You feel like protected. I have like a shell, so I can say anything. I can do anything. It doesn't matter. You don't feel an immediate consequence of it. But later on, you will feel depressed because you don't have what it takes. You're socially isolated, socially alienated. It's like, in a way that you don't have that human touch anymore. It's not the same. Now, I remember when I was a kid, long time, because I'm 5 years old. And as we say, we share these things. And I used to have hair a long time ago. Things were different. Life was different. Wallahi, we were so happy. We used to play. We actually, those fingers were not the meaning of playing things, right? We did not scroll. And if you, guess what, man? Life was real. Life was real. We actually had people. We talked. We went and hugged and kissed our brothers. Brothers with brothers and sisters. I was going to say, I'm used to say brothers and sisters here. Let's keep this halalized here.
For now, eh?
We're so happy. It's true. We used to be happy having just, a stick. It's like a rod, a metal rod. And we used to take the tops of the Coca-Cola, the Pepsi Cola, the glass bottles, and we used to make a hole in the middle and make it around, and we pushed that. That was our motive. That was our PS4, man. Dude, that was it. Wallahi, Sheikh. We had outdoors, we had healthy, we had sun, we had vitamin D. Isn't it amazing, Sheikh? So you're indoors all the time. You don't have the fresh air. You're depressed, man. You're talking to a screen. You don't have that social, you don't have that human touch. And they will tell you it is extremely important for you to have a human touch. Relations is number one on the list of the researchers and the psychologists in the field to be able to be happy. Yes? So number two is idman. You become addicted. So not just being depressed because of reality check, you don't have a social life, you're a social outcast because that's it. That's your whole life. Then you become addicted to it. Your testosterone, your oxytocin, your adrenaline, all these chemicals that makes you feel good. You're happy. You're addicted. Okay, don't raise your hand, but I'm going to ask you a question. How many of you guys take your phone in the bathroom?
I said, don't raise your hands. Sheikh? Oh, okay.
Still hear me, guys?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, we can hear. There might be a lot of people in the YouTube raising their hands.
Oh, I do. Raise your hand, dude. And even when you go to the bathroom and you forget to take your phone, guess what? Honey, can you pass me the phone? I'm just saying. You know what? My wife is right there. She's going to beat me up because that's what she said to me. I'm just saying. So I may have to move out tonight. My basement is finished, alhamdulillah, and I'm going to be on the couch for a while. So please understand, it is addictive. It is addictive. How often do you check your Facebook? How often do you check your Instagram? How often do you check your TikTok? How often do you go to your Twitter? How often, right? Because you feel good. Oh, somebody liked it. Oh, how many clicks did I get? How many shares? It's an addiction because it makes you feel good. Oh, somebody's out there. Because before that, you had no voice. You had nothing to share. And all of a sudden, the world is your oyster. You can share everything with everybody else. Then hence becomes the trolls. They come in and all of a sudden you go, what? They don't like my, and you're posting all these beautiful pictures and you think you're the man, you're the star now. I'm going to get everybody hopping on this, and everybody doesn't want to know what the heck you ate for lunch or breakfast and dinner. And everybody's so happy, and they're posting these pictures on, that movie, when the Titanic thingy, whatever they're called, I can't remember. When they had these beautiful, what's it called?
Titanic, I think.
What's called the Titanic? Okay, there you go. See, I'm learning something. And everybody's like so happy, right? And as soon as they get off and they start, everybody's online. They're not flying. They live in a fake life, man. They don't have a life. They have a lifestyle. They used to do things for real. Now they do it so they can post it on social media. Let's go on this trip so we can share it. Let's go on this restaurant so we can share the food. We're not interested, dude. Okay, I've seen like how many sushi plates can I how many, like, we got it. Okay, you're happy, mashallah, you're healthy, you're eating well, mashallah, I'm so happy for you. And the worst thing about it is ayn. Al-aynu haqq. Hasad, malice, envy, evil eye. Man, I've seen so many posts and so many people are telling you that they showed their new car, they showed their new whatever it is, and all of a sudden, same day, the guy crashes, man. And that's why I'm extremely cautious of what I post on social media. So a warning, Please, please, please understand that people have some illness in the heart. You may be happy, you know, maybe you have a beautiful wife, a beautiful husband, beautiful children, beautiful job, beautiful car, beautiful house, beautiful journey. You've been on around the world, but some other people have a difficult life. They may not have the money to eat what you eat, or drive what you drive, to live in where you live, to travel where you've been, have difficulties in their family, difficulties. They can't even have children. They may not even be able to have a good, at least a marriage life. And here you are posting, and everybody else is looking at how good you are. And that's scary. So please make sure you understand. Protect yourself, protect your family, protect your happiness. You know, tell good things to those who love you. You don't have to post it and advertise it. And not to mention, it's security and privacy. A lot of hackers out there. They can get your password. They can find out where you are. And I had a seminar with the RCMP, and it was scary, man. These guys will steal everything. They'll know exactly where you live. Do you know where you are? Your password. Man, it's scary. Wallahi, when I saw that the seminar, I was very scared. And how the heck do you protect yourself? Everything is like, once you're online, that's it. You cannot delete it. It's online. You know, guess what, champ? Most of bosses now, when you go to apply for a job, they will check your social media. And that's your profile, because basically that's who you are, that you're real on your social media. You may come up with the for interview, and you look really good. You got your Johnny Versace, Giorgio Armani, you got the GQ look, and you got your tie, you got, you know, you got the shower, you got that shiny boot. Dude, you look like $1 million. But on the when you go to social media, hey, how you doing? Pass it around. It's legal. Yeah, I'm serious. People got fired because of this stuff. They didn't get a job because of this stuff. So don't think that it's like an aura. You're gonna, you're protected. Nobody sees you. Everybody sees you, man. So please understand there's consequences of this. Not to mention bullying. It's number 5 on the list. There are certain people that you hear people commit suicide of cyberbullying. So we take it for granted. We hear about somebody else. No, it cannot happen to me. Well, I've dealt with it personally. I've dealt with families that come to my office and talk to me about it. I've dealt with issues a lot more than that. I've dealt with issues that I had to, sisters got pregnant because they got online relationships, and they met somewhere behind their parents' back, and all of a sudden they come to my office with a pregnant lady out of wedlock, and the parents are crying. And these are good brothers and sisters. I'm not talking about the guys that are not practicing. These are practicing Muslims, good families. And that's why we have to understand, khalwa, definition of khalwa is ittimanul faj'ah. When you think your seclusion is you being alone with between a man and a woman, between 4 walls, incorrect. That's one aspect of it. But how do you know the definition of khalwa, of you being alone with someone? Is if you were talking to a sister, or for example, online, hey baby, how you doing? What you wearing? Because you know what, I want them tomorrow. What you wearing? Because I want to match you, because we're a match made in heaven. Because your feet must be tied, because you've been walking all up in my mind, and all of that stuff. And you're talking, I'm gonna take care of you. I love you so much, blah blah blah, and all of that stuff. And all of a sudden, your father comes in. Then you would say, yes, brother Muhammad, I'll see you in the Tajweed class tomorrow, inshallah. That's khalwa, man, because you change the subject. You minimize the screen. You cut off on the website. All of that's called khalwa. You're talking to a sister. You're talking to whatever it is. That you're being alone. If somebody comes in, you change. It's khalwa. And that's the concept of prevention is better than cure. Said the dhara'i. Because shaitan will take you one step at a time. And I don't have to share with you the story, of the righteous man that was left alone with the sister, and the brute, the brothers went to jihad. Did I say that out loud? The J word. If I don't see you again, you'll understand. It's been nice. I gotta go now. I'm just gonna pack my bags because they're coming for me. So you understand? This is Barsisa. Barsisa, if you don't know the story, serve it, because in a summary of it quickly, this was a very righteous man. 3 brothers wanted to fight for the right reasons, and that is legal according to UN sanctions, and all legit, of course, for the right reasons.
Choosing right words, huh?
You have to do that. I've been doing this for a while. You learn, you learn that way. And then they had a sister. Please look after our sister. Guess what? No way. Long story short, he finally okay, I'll take care of her. He used to put the food outside and run. Nothing. Then after a while, Shaitan says, how do you even know that she's alive? You know, wanting to make sure at least you see that she's alive. She comes to take out the food. He saw her now. Ooh, my heart is aching, my knees are shaking. It's true, I ain't faking. She doesn't eat bacon. Man, he was hooked. That's it. I see her face in the cereal bowl. I can't sleep, man. I dream about Sister Susu. Let's say Fufu, Tutu, Mimi, whatever. Because I know Susu means something else in Urdu now. Khalas. And now, what happened is now he said, okay, instead of putting the food outside, let's put the food inside, just in case there's animals outside, and I want to make sure that she's in. Then one more step, okay, I want to make sure now that she's not just taking the food. If she wants anything else, maybe she wants other things other than food, or she wants to run an errand for me, wants to lift something that she cannot do. And all of a sudden he sees her. He meets, and the rest is history. 9 months later, a bundle of joy. She's pregnant. What do? Now, Shaitan comes back. Says, you have to kill them. Everybody thinks that you're a righteous man. So he killed her and her son. Buried, comes back. The 3 brothers come back from battlefield, and they come back for more victorious. Everybody's happy. Where's our sister? Oh, she was sick. She died. Oh, so sorry to hear that. Thank you so much for trying and looking after her. Shaitan comes into the 3 of them in their dreams, telling exactly what happened, telling them exactly where she was buried. They go in there, they dig, they find her and her son. He was right. They go after Basisa, they pull the boy in front of everyone, they crucify him. Now Shaitan comes to him, says, I got you into this. I'm the only one who can protect you from this. Say Kalimatul Kufr, say I don't believe in God, and he died right there and then. I know you guys are petrified now. You're terrified. Don't even talk to sisters anymore. Khalas, man, that's it. I will become a eunuch. I'm a celibate from now on. I want to get married right now, dude. Then you got to get on matchupmuslims.com. It's free. I help you out, dude. I got your back. So, understanding that, my brothers and sisters, also affects your sleeping habits. The blue rays, everything that the rays that you come, it does not, it will actually ruin your sleeping habits. So the rhythm comes every an hour and a half. It also tells you that. So it's not just all of this stuff. If you don't have the good night's sleep, you will affect your physical, your mental, your status, your concentration, your job. I know some brothers have lost their jobs. I know some brothers lost their scholarship because they got addicted to social media. This man was going to Harvard. He lost it because of social media. Amazing. Now, it's not all dooms and glooms. There's also some benefits of it. It does give you some confidence because you do have a voice. If you use it properly, you become a key that opens the gates of goodness and closes the gates of evil, not the other way around. So since we're going to finish with a positive, inshallah, you can also use that as a tool, because right now, listen, not everybody comes to the masjid anymore. And I actually, in the beginning of social media, I resisted it. I never wanted to have a social media, but that becomes a tool of da'wah for me, propagation. People don't come to the masjid, I go to their homes. The youth don't want to come to the masjid because all they hear from the imams is haram, haram, everybody's going to hellfire. You know, the 111, and they pass out like sleeping gas when they give khutbah, because they're so boring, man. It's not funny, right? So the youth doesn't want to come anymore. So now what do you do? How do you give da'wah? Social media. And that's the positive way of it. You can use it in the proper manner. You can use it to spread good, hadith. I'm not saying you have to be like a saint. I'm not saying that. You have it's good moderation. I use fun stuff. I make learning fun. That's my style. I like to use jokes because that's how I came back. My mashayikh and the people that actually attracted to the one that were real, and were talking to me, for like reality check, not just speaking from a high horse. And no, I'm just another guy speaking to my brothers and sisters, and that's what it's all about. So we can use social media in good. We can use it in a proper manner. So you just have to ask yourself, are you a key that open the gates of goodness and close the gates of evil, or the other way around? Are you a leader in good, or are you a leader in bad? And in the end, what's it going to be? Is it going to be on my right side scale or my left hand side scale? Having said that, let's take some takeaways and homework I'm going to repeat. Limit the time and schedule for your social media. Limit your introduction to certain things, new things. Try to resist. You don't have to get on the new plateaus all the time. It doesn't have to be a trendy. It doesn't have to be this. Just do what you have to do in order for you to be able to get your job done. Use it in the proper manner. With most of us now, some of us work out of home. I understand that you have to do what you have to do. But I do things, and sometimes I may follow them and may not follow them because of the reality of the business I'm in. So I usually recommend, under normal circumstances, those who have office hours and whatever it is, I want you to have a box at your door, your front entry. Yeah, that box is for your cell phone. I know nobody has pagers or things of, like, I remember those good old days, or your lab, whatever it is. Anything that is going to link you to social media, I want you, when you come into the house, put it into that box when you come in. When you leave the house, take it with you. I also want you to make sure that you give everyone their due rights. This is what I used to talk about my off. Actually, I learned this from my wife. Now I also have to give her credit for that, because I did kind of, like, I wasn't very good in the beginning, so I have to make it up now because I'd like to. I choose life. Plus, I want to eat her food is really good, mashallah. Okay. So what I did is, actually, I used to be hooked all the time, as you know, and all of that. So my wife actually has access to my schedule. So she booked herself on my calendar. And, her name is Reem. So I'm looking at the schedule. I usually look one day ahead. I'm like, Reem. It sounds very familiar. That is my wife. Okay, come on in. It's not my wife. So I apologize. My the brother is trying to. I am out of home. Come on, Yan. I'm on location, speaking like, hands-on experience now.
Okay, we understand.
So, yeah. And it's telling me the time is up, apparently. Okay. So when that happened, I came back to her and I said, SubhanAllah, you taught me a lesson. You taught me what do I have to do to be able to see you or have some time with you. I have to put myself in the schedule to see you. So wallahi, Sheikh, I share the story with you. And I remember saying this story in Manchester. I was teaching a course about home sweet home, about family, marriage, and all of that stuff. So I said, there was a young boy waiting for his father who coming from work. And the father comes tired from work, and the son goes running to him and he goes, "Get away from me, son. Can't you see I'm tired?" So the son turns around, crying, goes to his home, goes to his room. And the father, after he calmed down, realized that he made a mistake. He says, "Son, I'm sorry. What did you want to ask?" He says, "Dad, I just wanted to ask you, how much do you make an hour?" He said, "I make $10 an hour, son." He says, "Dad, here's $10. And I have 1 hour of your time." Wallahi, Sheikh, I get goosebumps right now. But I cried in Manchester saying this story. You know why? Because I was that guy. I had nothing. SubhanAllah, I was all over the place. So my off simply means my time, your time, our time, family time. So don't let social media steal your time, because the brother started with Asr. Allah takes an oath with time. So Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, la yuqsim illa bi'azim. Allah takes an oath with something that is great. Understand? He uses wal-duha, wal-layl, wal-nahar, everything about it. And your life, la'amruka, with your life, even Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, in his honor, he talked about time. It's all about time. You know what? Your life is your capital, your time. Don't waste it. Don't tell me I'm going to kill some time. You're killing yourself. And if you're going to kill yourself and let social media be the thief of that, you have to reconsider and revalue your time and your life, what it means for you. With that, I ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to make us among those who listen, speech, and follow the best of it. Alhamdulillah, Rabbil Alameen, wa sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. The floor is yours. Jazakumullah khairan for your time and appreciate your listening.
Jazakallah khair. It was really fun, educational, informative too. Thank you very much, Sheikh, for the session. Come to speak of it, I was like very coincidentally 2 weeks ago, I was having a talk with my friends about how much addictive these reels of Instagram and TikTok. You're speaking about TikTok, right?
Yes.
The TikTok are. So, you just get into that loophole and you cannot get out of it. You watch one. So they were saying, like, if as per their algorithm, if you're watching, if you only follow like Islamic and good stuffs in your and only watch those things, your reels are gonna be only those things. So that is one advice that I usually, tell my friends to, just watch good stuff. So whatever comes in are good. And Jazakallah khair, it was
Pleasure.
really informative. I think we do have some questions we have for you. So before going ahead, I'll just start off with one of them, if you would mind. Give me a second. Yeah, so there is a question here. So what do you think about this? Nowadays, everything has changed. Like for me, when I got my first phone, when I was in college, and that was a keypad phone too. So nowadays, even kids have phones. So one of the question was, what age do you think that kids should be given a phone to use? What do you think about
That's a good question. My recommendation is depends on the maturity of the child, because age really doesn't mean much. So I know that some brothers are practically like teenagers, but they're still very immature. And there's some the tweens, but they're mature. So the parents have to make a judgment call on when exactly the child should have a phone and why. What's the purpose of their having a phone? If they have a phone that is for security reasons and privacy, whatever it is, safety reasons, I understand. I usually say around high school time. Otherwise, they're going to be a social outcast because everybody has their phone. So if your son or your daughter don't have a phone at the time of the high school, you may be able to reconsider that. But before that, it's very difficult because you're giving him an open window to the world, and unless you have some programs that you can download, you can only get on this websites and at this time and schedule it, and with all these protection or prevention methods, then I have no problem with it. But I usually recommend, depending on the maturity of the child, and I say around mission stick around high school. Wallahu a'lam.
Some kids are gonna be really angry at you, Sheikh.
I know. But hopefully angry here, but they'll be happy on the other side.
Inshallah. There's another question that we have from a parent that his or her kid, 14 years old, gave her a phone, kid a phone at a very young age, and she's been very addicted to it. And now when they try to take the phone off her, she gets very angry. She slaps the door. She doesn't talk to them for a while, and all these family issues. So she's asking, like, what should she do now? The parent is in a event of a situation right now. So should she take the phone completely off of her, or what is the solution now?
Okay. Remember, I usually go for a proactive approach, not reactive approach. Unfortunately, now it's a bit too late. Not too late for her, it's doomed, but it's difficult for her now to prevent this from happening because she's already addicted. And that's exactly what we try to ward off. However, if that's the case, do not go 180. It's very difficult. But wean her off slowly and give her an alternative. Try to get something to get her adrenaline rush, everything else done in a way that, okay, find her hobbies, find her habits, get her involved in maybe an athletic program, get her to do something that is that she likes. Because you have to have her keys, you have to speak her language. Well, if she likes this type of thing, well, get her involved in that, enroll her in something that she was happy. Reward her if she does something else. Recognize that, acknowledge the fact. People want to be recognized. So celebrate her success. So I don't want to take something away from her and don't give her an alternative. And don't give her a replacement, something that is going to be supplementing that. Otherwise, it's going to be a very difficult path, and that's why she's rebelling. It's like the terrible twos. You're taking my drugs away from me. I'm gonna fight back, and that's what you do. You exactly rehab, slowly, gradual, taken down, then move up on something else. And I usually concentrate on two things: righteous company and righteous environment. And if he doesn't want to go to the masjid, bring the masjid to them, meaning bring the company to them. Invite a family with righteous youth in the same age, same mentality, smart, intellectual, knows how to give da'wah, speak their language and understand their mentality, and be able to pull them in slowly and be patient and use wisdom in order for them to do so. Allah.
Jazakallah khair. And Sheikh, I think you've answered this question in a lot of ways, but just from your perspective, for a parent who has a 1-year-old, 2-year-old kid who is raising him or her up, what do you think are the ways that, we can prevent them from, not feel like FOMO feeling of, getting missed out, feeling of missing out, or, and being addicted to this social media? As you said, if high school, if you don't give kids phones, they're gonna feel missed out. So, how to make them, kids are getting social media addiction is becoming a part of their lives, and it is not an addiction anymore to people, right? So how to, constrain them from all these, constrain them from this kind of things?
SubhanAllah. That's a good question, Sheikh. It's loaded, but I can tell you, I go back again in root cause analysis. Like even when I teach parenting matters about this stuff, I said, when the parent comes to me, complain about the children, I actually turn the table on them and says, how did you raise them? And I actually go further than that. Based on what did you choose their mother? Because the mother is going to wonder who's going to raise the children. I'm not going to pull philosophical thing on you, but that's the fact. Root cause analysis is exactly what it's at. You see, we look at the end result. We put a band-aid solution. But the bottom line is, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says, in Surah Al-Kahf, and their father was righteous. But actually in the tafsir, Ibn Kathir says, he was a seventh grandfather. And in Surah An-Nisa, وَلْيَخْشَى الَّذِينَ تَرَكُوا مِنْ خَلْفِهِمْ ذُرِّيَّةً ضَعَافًا خَافُوا عَلَيْهِمْ فَلْيَتَّقُوا اللَّهَ وَلْيَقُولُوا قَوْلًا سَدِيدًا. Says Allah, if you fear for your lineage, your progeny, to be led astray, فَلْيَتَّقُوا اللَّهَ. Fa, it's called fa ta'khir, meaning right away, haste. Lam, if it goes into a fi'l mudari, present tense, to feed the talab wal amr. If the lam letter comes in, the l letter comes in, it comes in the command and request. Says I have to have taqwa, and waw, alif, zama'i, and istimrari. Meaning in congregation, it's ongoing. So I tell the brothers, you are the prophet. You're the one that you have to have taqwa with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, because Allah will save your protection. Sayyid al-Musayyib, rahmatullahi, among the most the knowledgeable of the tabi'een, he used to actually do qiyam al-layl and recite this ayah, because he says Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said this, and I think of my son, I prolong my sajda in qiyam. So if you want, you do qiyam, not niyam. No more niyamul layl, please. Come on, you come into Ramadan, you better as well just get used to it and start practicing a little bit. So the key is, taqwa, taqwa, taqwa. The key is to choose the righteous mother, not the 36, 24, 36, and like we talked about before, dude, what are you looking for? Blah, 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 you know what I mean? So I mean, it's another lecture, but we'll just leave it here. So that's the root cause analysis. Raising, remember the 21 theory. Ali ibn Abi Talib says 7 years you look after them, nurture, hug, and embrace, spend time. 7 years you tell them what's right, what's wrong, and halal and haram, lawful, legal, illegal, permissible, not permissible, acceptable, not acceptable, and so on. After that, they're teenagers. You befriend them, khalas. But the problem is they don't put they don't pay their dues in the beginning, so they pay the price in the end. When your children actually go through difficulties, you will go through difficulties. So if you chill and be complacent and don't pay your dues by raising them righteously in the beginning, you will pay the price in the end, man, whether you like it or not. That's the truth. So you have to make sure they're raised in a righteous environment, righteous company. Spend time with them. Take them with you in the masjid. Say the adhkar with them. Make sure that whatever you watch, whatever you're doing, and all that stuff is going to affect them, because they're a sponge. The father was telling the son, okay, son, be careful where you put your step. But son, dad, be careful where you step, because I'll be following your footsteps. Wallah, God knows best.
Jazakallah khair, Sheikh. I think that it was really informative and so much fun too. I haven't had this much fun in a while talking to someone. Jazakallah khair. Sheikh, it was really nice having it. It was more than a session. It was just a conversation. We were interacting with you. It was an interactive session, and really helped us a lot. The topic was really in a clear way covered in every aspect of it. Jazakallah khair. As a word of thanks, I thank Sheik Alaa Al-Said for your amazing session, fun, entertaining, and informative session on influence of social media. I thank MMAC Care for organizing a program like this with the topic of like this, and I thank Afil Ansari for his welcome session, and I thank every audience here who have been a very good audience and have been asking good questions. I thank everyone, and even again the organizers too, for conducting this program. And I hope to, have Sheikh again more times with us regarding more topics. Thank you very much, and Jazakallah khair. Subhanakallahumma bihamdika. Ashhadu an la ilaha illa anta astaghfiruka wa atubu ilayk. Assalamu alaikum.
Alaikum.